Get you stand right here for me.
Bit about some different.
Can I talk to you?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. All three of you. Or whoever's watching. Jesus, Mary, God, Satan, whoever. So I went down a rabbit hole a couple of days ago. And silence that. No phones. Everybody turn your phones off. Pay attention to me. So I've been fascinated by police body cam footage of certain cases, and actually I need to find that other one. Hang on. You guys no. You here watch the figure 8 trailer race, which I want to go to so fucking bad. I wish it wasn't in bumfucked Illinois. Like, where the hell is the Rockford Speedway anyway? Rockford. You can tell I'm already searching at Rockford Speedway. Rockford. All right, where is this? Oh, good God, man. No. Why is it? Okay, before we dive into the entitlement shit. Why is it like the coolest fucking thing? So like this Rockford Speedway is hilarious. So this is their world famous. Like everybody in the world knows about they do it in I think they do it in the UK. This same shit where they do like a destruction derby, and it's a figure. It's technically not a destruction derby. It's a figure 8 race. Okay, there are winners, there are losers. Mostly losers. I mean, we all lose watching this shit. I just love so like this guy and a bunch of them do it too. You'll see, I think there's a couple of them that do it later on. But they have like their like that guy, that's his business. That's obviously, it's not his work van. Maybe it's his old one, but he hasn't done it to look like his work van. But like it's this dude, it's his welding company. Like it's, you know, it's whatever. It's fine. I really want to go to it though, like really bad, just because it's a figure 8 race. The well, I guess the second turn, I guess, when you're coming back to the X. So everybody goes through the same, you know, the first one, no problem. It's a regular race. Some people are, you know, being dicks, hitting each other and stuff. But as soon as you make that first like half circle turn and you're coming back to the X, and you see, like, look at how big the pack is. Oh shit, no. What am I doing? All right, so it lines up and it's designed this way on purpose. Like they want to pack the field as much as they can. So they have one of the halves of the 8 is pretty full. That's a lot of trucks and trailers. And the homeboy's just now getting there. The Duke boys coming up behind. So some of these shit boxes can't go very fast. I mean, these campers are all straight. I think they have to be kind of, obviously there's no appliances, there's no propane tanks or anything. But as soon as you make that second turn, like you're coming back to the X, like these assholes in the back are just now getting to the X. So it's meant, I mean, you should have probably taken those AC units off there. Just go under the what is it, the 11'8" bridge. That's another video for another day. That I could watch that for hours. I made my grandmother watch it, and I told her I was able to tell her where that bridge is, and it's still around today. They were able to get 8 inches, so it's no longer the 11'8" bridge. It's the 12'6" bridge. So, but anyway, so. But like the Midwest has some of the greatest things so like they have this, so like this race where they do the campers, They also do the the boats, boats on the boat trailers. That's a lot of fun. That looks like a lot of fun. It would be fun to watch and be completely shit faced, which I'm not gonna make any. I'm not. Hey, I'm just saying. I would probably have to be shit faced to race in this shit. All the bumping and crashing you'd be doing. I need to be. I'd need to be blasted out of my mind on something. Need something to numb that pain. Oh, God, I made that a little strong. I said I wasn't doing shots tonight, but could tell you could light that drink on fire. But anyway, so they have that. They do the school bus race, and then they do the lawnmower race. But they have a lawnmower demolition derby. I'd be terrified. At least in this, the cars and these, these old trucks, they got some of them have roll bars, some of them have, reinforced, cages around the driver. Most of them don't. You're just going off that, what is that, 99? These are from the 80s. Hardly any. I mean, homeboy has the stock seat belt that came with that truck. I don't know why he's bothering with the chains. Just let that trailer get ripped off by the ball. But anyway, so, but the Midwest, man, they come up with some of the greatest fucking entertainment ever. Terrible people, but, really good at entertaining themselves in between harvest and planting season. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. Don't take anything I say literally. I never mean anything except for that and that. And also that. So anyway, I went down a rabbit hole and I actually need to find, let me see if I can find it. But there was child walking on highway. Yeah, here we go. Copy link. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a mailman down in Florida. Yes, that Florida. Same place this is happening. And I believe this lady here is a rural mail carrier. And this just happened to be another motorist that stopped. But this is Route 1, US 1. One of the oldest highways in existence in the United States. And a long time ago, this would have been pretty friggin' busy. I mean, it's busy now, but it's more of a rural area. But this was a main thoroughfare. You would have had trucks on this road. You would have had a fair amount of traffic. You still do. I mean, you could see another car in the distance, and it's probably 45, maybe 50, because you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Well, and she's just doing her job, but rural carriers, I think more than city carriers, I would say, they run into the crazier shit because they're out in the middle of, you're like the only person aside from the homeowners out here in the middle of, nowhere in some, ramshackle trailer park. And this kid, did they tell you how old he is? I mean, he's still in a diaper. So 2-year-olds still wear diapers, right? Maybe, I don't know. And this guy, the whole thing unfolds, but like body cam footage is kind of eye opening because police get a bad rap, right? The whole, and I have to agree, like there are some that they kind of overstep their authority. But those are the outliers, I think. Overall, that they're doing a pretty difficult job. A lot of them are, care about the community. I mean, I would think if you were going to be a law enforcement officer, whether it be sheriff or police or FBI or whatever, you have to have some kind of something in your personality or in your heart that tells you, that says, I want to protect other people from XYZ, whether it be drugs or violence or all the above. Like, you just want to have a positive impact on your community. But you know, it's not a thankless job, because people do thank them. But there's a lot of people who go out of their way to just, you know, make their lives miserable. Like, why? It's hard to explain. Like, I try to follow the law as much as I can. I plead the fifth on anything I'm about to say. Do not record this. Do not use it. There be not used in any court proceedings. Is not admissible as evidence. Okay, speeding tickets. You know, drinking when I was 19 or 20. You know, whatever the case may be. If I got caught, their job, like, they can't just, you know, it's not their job to sentence you or find you guilty or whatever. Especially now with body cam footage, they can't just let certain things go. They have a responsibility to keep the community safe, and if they deem you as being some kind of endangering yourself or others in your community, whether that be drunk driving, you know, or doing this shit. If any of you have ever heard of Jeremy DeWitt, this guy's a maniac. He's out of his fucking mind. You know, even just in this is his body cam. He, as a civilian, wears a body cam. And this is him getting arrested by an actual police officer. Like, what the fuck with this guy? And it's his own fucking fault. Like, he wanted to be a cop, but he also wanted to get $14 of gas for free from a mobile station in, 1998? So he decided to just say he was a police officer, and he wasn't, and that kind of made him ineligible to join the force. Guess what, dude? Stop pretending you're police. But, like, you know, that's his bike. You know, it looks like a cop is pulling over another cop, like, if you're not looking at it carefully. Oh yeah, all these things. And it's, yeah, Metro State. All right, so that's his company, right? If a person wearing this, can you even call it a uniform? The person wearing this, you know, bright green, and I think that's another one of his. Yeah, these two guys both. And this guy, I think that's what they told. Yeah, he was wearing that. But, like, if this guy pulls you over and approaches your vehicle, at first glance, you know, unless you're reading the stuff on his shirt, and, you know, if he, you know, kind of doesn't present himself, you know, with that kind of confidence where you can tell he's faking it, unless you were to pick up on that stuff, if you look at him, he looks like a police officer. And that's the problem, is that, like, that's an official looking badge. I mean, obviously it's just printed on the shirt, but still. So I don't know, you know, like, I and then I see stories like this where, and this is the second time he's been out there. So he arrested both the parents, and they came out, and, like, the way they were talking is, you know, they're like, "Oh, is this your son?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, they sound fucked up, like, on something. So it's, you know, they broke the law because they were negligent. And yeah, they didn't do anything to the child, and the child wasn't hurt, but the kid is walking around on this road. Is this a 4-lane road? I thought it was a house over there. Holy shit. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, nah, fuck those people. All right, so I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and just say, oh, this is kind of just a rural stretch of 2-lane road. You know, it's an old highway, so it's, you know, it's just an older road that just goes through the middle of nowhere in fucking Volusia County, Florida. Nah, fuck that. And this kid was tiny, but she, you know, as a mail carrier, she stopped and was like, I can't just let this kid wander around on the road. So she, you know, and then either she did it or this person did it. One of them called the police and was like, hey, you know, there's a child walking around, you know, and he comes out here and he even says, he's like, I recognize the kid. I recognize the parents. I recognize the area. Like, he even knew what trailer they were in. So, you know, they get arrested, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're separating a child from his parents, but at what point do you say, you know, do they still get the benefit of the doubt to, you know, or do they need to now prove that they are capable people to be able to watch their child? I would say they would have to prove it, because now, you know, and there's a lot of room. The kid didn't have to go out to the road, but I don't know. But to me, it's like, if you're gonna, yeah, it's one thing when they abuse their authority, whatever. But when they're just doing their fucking job and they're trying to keep you and me safe, because I honestly think it should be one strike for DUIs. There should be no reason why you should ever be behind the wheel of a vehicle intoxicated. And I'm not talking about a little bit of you know, like they're like, oh, he was high, you know, he was stoned on marijuana. That's one thing, but marijuana, I mean, I don't know if they've come to a conclusion on whether or not if that's going to actually impair your driving. I mean, anything will, but alcohol is so bad for you when you're trying to operate a car. Like, you cannot respond fast enough. So I remember going through checkpoints, and yeah, they're looking at you, but if you're sober and you just say, hey, good evening, you know, here's my license, they look at it and they're like, yeah, you're on your way. It's not invasion of your privacy. It's, if you've, and my thing is, I don't like it, the people that go to court and they're like, well, you know, the legal limit is this, and they were just under or they were just over, so they try to get off on some kind of technicality. I hate that shit. But these people, so this is Michigan. I mean, but she's a state rep. This is a state lawmaker, and she's kind of shit-faced. I mean, look at her, like that shot right there. even without even hearing any audio or seeing it in motion, she's fucked up. She's goofy as fuck. This one's really bad. So we'll start with this one. So this is her vehicle, I believe. She's riding in the back, and she's the Rutgers chancellor. Oof. And it kind of makes my blood boil, because
Yeah, she's on her way right here.
so
I understand.
No, you don't understand.
already.
I'm just trying to do my job. That's it. I have
Already.
Rutgers police vehicle.
I understand that, but I can't just let it go. It's not like I can just let it go. I have to do what's for what.
Look at her huffing and puffing.
I understand that, but that's not up for me. I have to make sure my super.
Now, I'll give it to her. Like, this girl is kind of fumbling, because this lady, you know, it's Rutgers police, and you're dealing with the, you know, head of university. She's probably got some, you know, and I mean, this is, look at her. She's got a chauffeur even. Oh my God. Unless this guy's what is he? Uber Plus or Uber Black or whatever it is. He dresses like a chauffeur. But look at her attitude, like, and she wants to be like, oh, there's no damage. It's like, bitch, you struck a police vehicle, you know? I mean, this guy's at fault, but she just, to her, you're just interrupting her day. To me, I would be, you know, compliant. I would just, you know, if I did this, I would absolutely, you know, wait for them to, you know, inspect everything. I would follow protocol. No, I'm special. How dare you? There's no damage. She almost wants to be like, this is bullshit. I'm the chancellor. How dare you pull me over?
Supervisor is aware.
Now I give it to this girl. I would have been like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I can't let you go.
I know that, and I explained that to her, but she still wants to come. She still wants to come, and she wants to make sure that's our policy. That's the way. That's the way.
If I miss my airplane, you folks are in trouble.
Okay. He's on the left.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Hello, how are you?
I'm not well. I'm being held from going to the airport. If I miss my plane,
Okay,
you folks are in trouble.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm the chancellor.
Okay, I
Oh my god, that has to be some of the funniest shit, man. I swear, like, I would love to be a cop in like LA, Beverly Hills, fucking Hollywood area. I would love to be a police officer, pull someone over. Like, let's say you pull over, who's an asshole celebrity? Was it Frankie Muniz? Yeah, he was a little prick. Justin Bieber. All right, so you pull over Justin Bieber, right? And he's driving a fucking his Ferrari or whatever, his Lamborghini, and he was swerving, being retarded. And you pull him over, and he pulls that shit. Like, do you know who I am? No. I'm Justin Bieber. Okay. Is that supposed to mean anything? But you know who he is, but you just like you completely disarm him with that shit where they're just like, I'm the chancellor. Okay. The chancellor of what? The university that you're standing in. Oh, okay. So what does that mean? And then they have to like you just take all the wind out of their sails because they're like, how do you not know who the chancellor is? Like, you just take away all their power. So now she's just some old cranky bitch who's late for her plane because she told her Uber driver, "Fuck it, just hit the cop car. We gotta make that plane."
I don't know.
Yeah, can we get another car? She needs
No, I don't want to do that.
Just give me 5 minutes.
I mean, this dude's being real quiet and just standing there.
She was in the vehicle when this occurred.
I actually was not. I was standing right here.
Who's the she? Who's on their way?
My sergeant and my lieutenant.
They're not gonna be here.
They're
Who's
gonna
the
be
sergeant
here.
and
They're on
lieutenant?
their way. They're driving.
Sergeant LaFand and who's the
where, up
LT?
here?
Lieutenant Jordan. They're on their way.
Lovely.
5 Blue Street.
Oh, they're taking down names. Oh man, watch out! Watch out, guys. You get a bad Yelp review. This is some of the funniest shit. So like, these two drive me insane.
Your job.
No, you have to
okay.
be thoughtful about.
Yeah.
We have to do what we have to do. We have to do our job just like you have to do your job.
No, you have to
okay.
be thoughtful
No,
about
no.
doing your
See,
job.
no, see, because your job, you need to know who you're dealing with, and I think she's about to say that shit too. Like, you need to, double check who you're harassing and accosting on the street. You need to know because you don't want to mess with us. We're, I don't know, fucking aides to the chancellor of Rutgers University. So you better watch the fuck out. We're going to have your badge. Like, bitch, this ain't old fucking 80s movies where, cops were portrayed as these bumbling fucking idiots that could get bullied around by, what was it? Was it Lethal Weapon? One of the Lethal Weapons, that the main villain, like his ultimate weapon was diplomatic immunity. Sorry, police officer, you have to follow the law as well. I have diplomatic immunity. You can't search me. I'm not held to your rights. So like, it was like, oh, he's got him. How's fucking, God damn it, Mel Gibson's character, fucking Riggs. How's Riggs gonna get him this time? Ooh. But like nowadays, and this is all being recorded, and I don't know if they know that. They usually will, either they forget, or I think in this video, this lady, Ulster, yeah, this lady, she gets real mouthy as well, and she's like, I'm gonna record you for my protection. Look, oh my god, look at that face. That fucking face. Help, they're arresting me. Like, no, they're just writing you a ticket. That's all it is. Like, they act like their world is crumbling.
Not just following rote.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's turn it around. She's like, oh no, you have to be thoughtful of what you're doing and who you're dealing with. You better fucking believe that if they were in their car and the Rutgers police, you know, SUV, you know, hit a patch of snow or a little bit of ice or something, because what it looks like is that it, you know, maybe they skidded a little bit because of the paint. A lot of the times the ice will form in like those cracks in that paint, and it will, and it's the same thing like on a rainy day. If you're at a stoplight and the best, that's some people do that on purpose, but if you're on the asphalt, you're fine. But if your tire is on that paint and you go to take off, you'll break traction almost immediately. That paint is not meant to provide any kind of traction whatsoever. It's just meant to be visible. But you better fucking believe if they were in front of that and that SUV bumped them to where there was no visible damage, you better they would be on the phone with these people. They would have been on the phone with the superiors. They would have been recording. They would have been, you know, wanting all these officers' badge numbers, their names. They would have, you know, and the officers have been like, well, there's no damage. You know, we'll make a report of it, but you guys are free to go. And they're like, no, you're going to wait for your superiors so we can explain what you did to my vehicle. And they're going to be like, my neck hurts. My back hurts. It was a violent jolt. You struck our vehicle, and then the police, like, there's no damage. It was a violent shake. It was just because you can't see damage doesn't mean I'm not hurt. I want them written up. I want them disciplined. But because it's them who caused it, it's not a big deal. Why are you doing this? Do you know who I am? Let me go. Fucking. And she's just like throwing a tantrum. Look at them. They're all on their phones. What are they doing? They're probably posting shit on Facebook.
It's okay for you to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not. So you have to.
There you go. There you fucking go. Let's hear that again. That was fucking golden.
It's okay for you to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not. So you.
Boom. So it's okay for them to follow protocol on when it's everyone else, literally everyone but them. Right now, it's not okay. How dare you follow protocol and do, you know, what you are told to do, what you are ordered to do? Because if they don't, they're going to get disciplined anyway because they didn't follow procedure, protocol. And again, if it had been them and that police cruiser had struck them with the ram bar, and the ram bar, you know, it's just a painted piece of fucking steel. They don't give a shit. But it chipped a little bit of paint on the car. Oh, no. They're going to be taking pictures. They're going to fill out an accident report. They want all these officers disciplined. They want to ruin their fucking day. But because it's them, why are you guys doing this? You should just, how dare you? This is unfair.
That's the thing about
I'm just
being
trying to-
listen. That's the thing
Oh,
about being
God.
You know, when you're dealing with
Their vehicle has to get to the airport for a flight. Copy that?
Receive. We're getting the
I'd love
information.
to see them do this to President Barge.
Oh no, they wouldn't do it.
Can I just have your driver's
Take a
license and
picture of it with
insurance?
your phone.
Yeah, look at him. He's doing what he needs to.
Rutgers police.
What did he just say?
Let me see.
here?
I just need your license, your driver's, and the registration for the
No
vehicle and the
damage, no
insurance.
injury. So we can store the license of the driver and you can let them go and we'll do a report. If we need anything, we can always call back. Copy.
Receive.
Really, lady? This is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Wait till you go on the internet and your whining ass is on there forever. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Actually, no, I've seen some pretty ridiculous shit. However, this is up there. But listen to her whining. This is so that's most, and I mean, I believe they just said it. They're like, yeah, get all the information, you know, fill out the report, let them go. You know, we'll all, you know, we can follow up if we need to. But it's like they still need to get the information from the driver. They need to get the information about the vehicle. They need to fill it. They need to get, you know, location. They need to, you know, possibly, you know, take photographic evidence, because I guarantee you, these scheming fucking bitches would tell that driver, kick the front panel of the car, kick the bumper, you know, make some visible damage so we can sue the Rutgers Police Department. All right, so I work for the post office, right? And I don't want to go into it tonight because I'm sure that's a whole nother rabbit hole we could go down. However, there are people, and we've been told, and it's happened, there are people who will go out of their way to strike a mail vehicle, either at a four-way stop, or they try to, you know, bump it in a parking lot or whatever. They want to trade paint somehow with a mail truck so that they can go after the post office and say, well, your mailman didn't report it, but my vehicle was struck by your mail truck. And if you've ever seen what we call it, it's an LLV. If you've ever seen one, USPS LLV. All right. Fuck, even this one. Look at the, you know, the scuffs and the, you know, and this was for some photo op. So this is like the best truck that VMF had at their office. They were like, this is the cleanest one. Let's do the photo op with this one. Look at this fucking thing. Look at all the scuffs on the bumpers. And by the way, you're not hitting the corner of our truck with your car to trade some paint. It's not fucking happening. Look at these bumper car, like, fucking guards that we have on these trucks. You're not doing it. Sorry. But if you look at the side, you know, we have exposed rivets. We have these, you know, it's just sheet metal, but they look like crap. They're old as shit. They're barely held together with like duct tape. VMF, hey, you know what? Our fleet maintenance team does a great job with what they have, but Jesus Christ, we're scrapping trucks to repair trucks. We're patching them with, you know, pieces of sheet metal that are just cut, and we just spray paint them white and just slap them on there. Or in the case of my truck, it's just primer. It's not even white. It's just like, it's like the white rhino lining shit. It's just surfacer. That's it. But she's that kind of person. They all are. Let that attitude. Where was it? 223.
It's okay for you to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not.
Boom. It sums up all this shit. It's okay for you to do it in every other circumstance, but now it's not, because it's us. Because you're causing us to be late for a flight, which, fuck you, lady. You're supposed to get there 3 hours early. Your ass has probably got maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to catch that flight. So you're that dickhead that fucking causes the flight to be delayed anyway, because your stupid ass is still stuck in security. Asshole. So, and that brings me to this. So this footage, it's in real time. I mean, you know, he's following her, and I believe he had already been observing her. But okay, enough. It's like traffic simulator here. Come on, man, fucking go. I'm just getting road rage, and I'm just sitting here watching dash cam footage. Now watch. She had to do a hard brake. Now they're in a 45 here, but I believe he might already have already had his lights on. Hey, check it out on Aldi. Yeah, all right, so he's got his lights on. Now, were his lights on before? No. Okay, so he started following her here. Okay, so this was where he got her speeding, and that's what he's going to tell her. Now,
43 and a 30.
43 and a 30.
13 miles per hour over the speed limit on Ulster Avenue when we were passing the firehouse there on Ulster Avenue.
Oh, well, God, I mean, I was moving this put together with everyone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I can't pull everybody over.
Which? No, she wasn't. She was cooking it past a lot, and there was nobody there. She wants to say, like, now we don't see what was before her, but this area is probably, you know, it looks like it's an old overpass or something. So, and there's multiple lanes. You're coming up to an intersection where you're gonna have you know, it's kind of a blind intersection where you're turning into the intersection. So they probably have a reduced speed limit, and they probably have signs that say reduce speed ahead. And now he doesn't have his lights on, but maybe because, all right, Ulster. Now we got it. All right. Internet sleuths. All right, so this is what county legislature. I'm gonna look up Ulster Avenue. Let's just do Google Maps. Ulster Avenue. Where is Ulster Avenue? Jesus Christ. Where the fuck? Where is it? Oh my God. Ulster. Ulster Town. Where's Ulster? It's in New York. Okay, so it's in New York. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ta-da! There we go. Ulster Avenue. So now that's 9 West. All right, so that's the Aldi. So wait, what? All right, so they go on to 9 West. All right, so he saw her on Ulster Avenue. Ah, here we go. Okay, so let's say all right, let's put our little dude here. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Now, what did that sign say? Shit. Fucker. No. 35. Okay. Now, this is September 2021. Now, did they change the speed limit? Well, maybe. This is October 2017. They may have. All right, so she was coming up this way. And we didn't see much footage, but they didn't look like she was in a whole bunch of traffic. And the dash cam starts right about here, right? Yeah, right about here. All right, so if it was a 30, which it could be. I mean, this is, 2017. This picture was taken in 2019. It could change. So now I didn't see a whole mess of traffic around her. I just see her. So already her story's falling apart. So like she's trying to. I like how this bitch. Martha Stewart wouldn't like this bitch at all. I mean, but she's got that Takeshi 6ix9ine energy. What about everybody else? Everybody else was speeding. I was just doing what everybody else did. It's like, and I wish the cop would have been like, well, ma'am, if everybody was jumping off the bridge, would you do it too? Like, just treat her like a fucking child. Is that a Red Lobster? Good Red Lobster for a big helping of Who Gives a Fuck. So, but she already starts with that shit. Well, I was just going like with everybody else. No, there was nobody around you.
About my son was calling me, and because he was asking me when I would be home.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
And he, oh my God. See, in that pause, it didn't work. What she expected the officer to be like, oh, your son was calling? He didn't know when you were going to be home? Well, ma'am, I'm so terribly sorry. Please, feel free to leave, go meet up with your son. Because I really, you're a really important person because I have no idea who the fuck you even are. But you're right, 43 and a 30, you should just be able to just go on home. Just go right ahead. No, it didn't work. So she had no idea. She had no strategy for this. Instead of just being like, I apologize. Yeah, I was thinking about other things. I wasn't paying attention to the road. She could have literally said anything and still been, but we wouldn't have this footage, this amazing 26-minute footage of her. All right, let me see if I can get it. All right. Is he in the car? Yeah, he is. All right, so So she all right, so I wish they would have like markers on the timeline here. So first she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was just doing what everybody else did. My son was calling me and he was wondering when I was gonna be home, so she's trying to kind of convey to the cops like, I kind of have places to be. Then the tears and the freaking out start at about 5-minute mark.
Me over instead of someone else.
Well,
It's just bad luck, and I'm broke.
I mean,
I'm
like I said-
totally broke.
like I said,
I'm totally broke.
ma'am, you have to calm down for me,
I
okay?
can't. This is very upsetting for me.
He tell me every time he speaks, tell me it doesn't sound like he's trying to choke back laughter, like he's trying to stuff that shit down and maintain that professional image. He doesn't feel sorry for her at all.
I mean, every single dollar of my budget, you want to know what my...
Okay, I
you wanna know what
understand
my
it.
budget, I make,
It's
I
hard
make
for
1/3
everybody
of
out
what you
here,
know.
okay?
It's really hard for
Okay,
me.
let me go.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's stop right there. He's trying to get her to understand, ma'am, you are not special. You were speeding. You were breaking the law. You happened to get pulled over. Yes, it is bad luck. You're right. This is 100% bad luck. You know what would stop that bad luck? Driving the fucking speed limit. All you have to do is do 10 or under and you're fine. Why do you people... And there's a few of you watching or listening. I know you go more than 10 over and you think nothing of it because you haven't been pulled over yet, or it's been a while since your last ticket. TikTok, motherfuckers. It's coming.
Go back. Let me go back and run your information. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Is he not smiling at us?
Okay.
This footage is golden. Oh my god. So I listened to this whole thing. I watched some of it. I couldn't watch all of it. And honestly, I'm laughing just as hard now as when I watched it for the first time. Like, she's trying everything. She's trying every trick in the book. Instead of just being a decent human being, taking the fucking lump and getting the ticket and going on with her fucking life, she is just, I'm broke. Bitch, you ain't broke enough to go 13 over in a 30, so suck it up. All right, the best part is coming. Look at him. He had to keep his head down. He couldn't let her see his cheeks like popping off the side of his head, smiling so hard. All right. Yep, I feel the same way, officer. Come on. Crank this up so you can hear it. Damn, I wish I had timestamps for this, but yeah. Come on.
Rolls for 60 out issue in the RO.
Damn, he says it too, he says it. Is he gonna say it? Come on, man. And he's in here for a while. He's in the car for like 2 minutes. Oh, okay, so her car should, yeah, so she's... I don't know if you can hear, because I think the audio is from his body cam. But his microphone picks her up. She's like sobbing. Yeah.
Oh my god, lady.
This is the shit. So, you know, I can understand, you know, a lot of people having, oh, you know, police are just out here, you know, collecting money for the state, blah, 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 blah. And he explains it to her and he's like, look, you know, we're not out here just picking on people. And, you know, he even says it's like, depending on the time of day, you know, it was, you know, there's quite a bit of traffic. I mean, you can see it in the footage. I mean, this is not a, you know, quiet time of day. It's not a crappy little town either. It's you know, pretty busy area. He said, it's like, we're just trying to slow down motorists this time of day for safety. She's like, I know, but it's me. And he's like, I don't know you, lady. Like, the whole conversation gets more and more bizarre. Like, so she, look, oh my God.
I can explain this to you, okay?
You better give me a ticket. I'm gonna take it to the court because I have.
Now I think she's faking it. I think she's just acting like she's having a panic attack because he's not worried. And she.
Ma'am, you have to calm down.
I have PTSD.
I have PTSD. That to me, when people do that shit, and that's a whole nother subject. Like, I could talk about To Catch a Predator for fucking days on end, because that is such a fucking a look into victim mentality and entitlement on a whole nother level where, well, I went to Iraq. I served in Iraq. I have PTSD. That's why I solicited a 14-year-old for sex. No, it's not. And for you to use that is kind of an insult to anyone with PTSD. I'm just saying. I never served in the armed forces, but I worked in I don't know, could you call it working in the defense industry? I used to make breaching tools for law enforcement and military. We made, I don't know if I should say the company name. However, long story short is I assembled by hand. I took fiberglass, plastic housing over like a fiberglass core for the handle. We used a special epoxy resin as adhesive, and the tool heads were sledgehammers, axes, and then there was these special proprietary like pry bars that could allow you to open doors, windows, whatever you needed to do. So special alloy, but to assemble them, we had to, it was all done by hand. It was all, it was kind of an assembly line, but my job was to assemble them, affix them to their, to like a guide, like it was like basically like a jig that would hold them in place until the epoxy set. We would then scrape the excess epoxy, paint them, finish off the assembly, and send them out to, I want to say it was the 82nd Airborne Division, Camp Lejeune. What's in Fayetteville? What base is in Fayetteville, North Carolina? I'm drawing a blank. However, we sent it out to SWAT teams, EMS. We had special axes just for the fire department. It was a cool job, and it kind of filled me with a little bit of pride knowing that I was, giving them equipment that I was proud for them to be, because you never know what that tool would be used for in what situation. So if the tool worked in a situation where it saved somebody's life or allowed them to complete a mission and save civilians or save themselves or, whatever the case may be, it kind of filled me with a lot of pride. So that was my part of, giving back to the armed forces, was to make sure that anything I made for them, I made to keep them alive, keep other people alive. And, it filled me with a lot of pride. But for people to, I swear to God, we could talk about stolen valor and all. Don't even get me started on fucking Mr. Bone Spurs. But anyway, but these guys, it's a tough job. People like her, it's a fucking traffic ticket, lady. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why is this? I mean, look at her. She's screaming. He keyed up his mic.
And you're telling me that you singled me out. That's what you're telling me, right? And then everyone was going at the same pace, right? I drive on that road at 30 miles an hour all the time.
Are you going to listen to me, or are
Yes,
you?
I will listen to you, and you're not going to let me go, even though I'm a county legislator.
All right, that's the other thing she tried to. Okay, so yeah, all right. So the list was, I'm sorry, I was going the same speed as everybody else. So why aren't they all being arrested or pulled over right now? My son was on the phone. Then she busts out, I'm a county legislator. I don't give a fuck if you were a U.S. senator, a Supreme Court justice, the fucking president. The president doesn't drive himself, but if he did and he gets pulled over, your job title stops when you leave your fucking job. Nobody gives a shit. Like the fucking Rutgers bitch. You're the chancellor. Big fucking deal. Right now, you are involved in an accident with a Rutgers police vehicle. That's who you are. You're some fucking citizen. And you, bitch, yeah, everything, it's okay to do it in every other case. Now it's not. Fuck you. It is okay to do it 100%. I would rather him do his job by the book. This gets better. This gets way better. But if anything, he even says it's my discretion to issue a ticket for, whatever violation that I felt, in the time. So if and he even tells her, like, I wish they had fucking markers for this shit, but he tells her. So she's throwing a tantrum. I'm going to protest this in court. She's almost trying to stonewall him, like, I'm going to protest it. You better not write me this ticket or you're going to be sorry. We're going to take this to trial. This is going to get national exposure. I am going to get vindicated and you are going to get fired because I'm a county legislator. No, bitch, you're getting a $125 citation and you're going to pay that shit. Or you're going to go to you're going to pay it and go to traffic school. Or you're going to pay it and take the points in your license like I do. Fuck traffic school. Mom, I'm not going to traffic school. Okay? I'll take the points. Like every time I did that before and she wanted to wring my neck because I was on her insurance. Ooh, that was the wrong answer to tell her I was just going to take the points. She was like, ooh, what did you say? You're going to take the points? Motherfucker. It's like, yeah, all right, next time I'll do traffic school. Which is funny because as a mailman, I know who's gotten traffic tickets. I can see it. See those little flyers come in and be like, lowest price traffic school. Go through us. Avoid points on your license. Yeah, somebody ran a red light or got pulled over for speeding in a school zone. Which, okay, that's the other thing. She's going to do this here. What's to say she's running late and, the school, she sees there's, let's say this was a school behind her and this was a school zone. And she sees, very little traffic. She goes 15 over because fuck it. School ain't in session. There's no kids around. And those lights are flashing. And yet she doesn't realize that there were some kids, hanging around. And of kids being kids, one of them throws a ball or, whatever. What do kids like nowadays? Fidget spinners? Oh no, those are outdated too. What the fuck do kids even do besides look at their fucking phones? But anyway, maybe they're looking at their phone and they wander out into the fucking street. She clips him going 45 instead of 30. Could have saved his life. Now she's got a dead kid on her conscience. Like, she doesn't think about shit like that. Nobody really does until it happens. I've ran red lights. It's been a long time because luckily for me, somebody that lives right near that red light saw it happen. And he wasn't fucking around. He followed me. Like, I was going to my job and I was a mailman in another office. I'm not going to say which office, but he was following me and he was like yelling out the window. And I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? Whatever, man, fuck up. And he pulled over, kind of blocked me. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, did you just run that red light? I was like, oh yeah. He's like, he kind of gave me a reality check. He's like, I swear to God, man, if you did that shit, my wife or my kid, or, whatever, he's like, I'd have to kill you. I was like, yeah, no, I get it. I was like, you didn't need to fucking try to be a tough guy about it. However, sometimes you need that shit. She obviously needs it too, because Miss County Legislator over here with her witch shoes and her witch hair wants to fucking screech like a banshee that she's getting you know, a citation, and he tells
I
her,
will listen to you, and you're not going to let me go, even though I'm a county legislator. And I always do everything right, and I follow the law, and I was at the same pace as every other car.
Ma'am, you're gonna let me explain this to you here?
Yes, but I am also going to record our conversation.
Okay, it's being recorded. We have video right here, and the whole conversation is being recorded here too. Okay, you're more than welcome to record it. Okay.
he's being so polite. He's being so nice.
The reason why I pulled you over was because you were going 43 and a 30, which was 13 over. Okay.
I was going at the same pace as every car.
That's her only fucking excuse. I was going at the same pace as every other car. What other car? I didn't see anybody else in that footage. Like, what did she talk about? The cars in front of her? She was trying to catch up? The fuck is she talking about?
I couldn't go slower. They honk. They honk at you.
That was.
You hear that, guys? They honk at you. They're mean. If you go the speed limit. No, I'm not mean if you go the speed limit. If you go 5 under the speed limit, that's when I start getting, you know, my blood pressure starts to go up. I start thinking real nasty things about you and your cat and your fucking family. You know, how much, you know, better the world would be without people like you. However, if you go in the speed limit, everything's cool. Everything's cool, man. Except for when I'm running late. Then you kind of need to go a little faster. I'm not gonna honk and like flip her off for going the speed limit, though. I'm just gonna give her like that nasty side eye when you just like you just give them that sneer.
Is your words, okay? I had you 43 and a 30, which was 13 over. You did admit to me that you were on your phone talking to your son.
He was on speakerphone.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't write you a ticket.
I did not admit that I was on the phone with my son.
Oh my god.
Okay, if you let me talk, okay, and then I'll give you a chance to talk, okay? You have it.
Just tell me what you're doing here with the ticket, because I am late for a job meeting, and okay. This is my career.
Okay, can you let me explain?
I'm probably friends with all those guys who.
Does she just not remember she's being video recorded? Like, she was out of the car. She was out of the car in full view. Oh, what a shot, huh? Wow. Anyway, she fucking. But like, where do people get off? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. What? All right, so I got a speeding ticket last October, right? So where I, you know, the way I take to work, it's a major road, right? It's a 3-lane road. Well, 6-lane tech. I don't know how the fuck do you even describe it. It's like 3 lanes on one side. So it's a major road. Well, excuse me. It is 45 most of the way. It drops down to 35 after you make a turn. You know, the road kind of splits, goes, you know, one, you know, it's a combined highway, and then it splits. One highway goes this way and the other one goes this way. And I, you know, go to the left. After that fork, and I believe even before that, the speed goes down to 35. And for the most part, I'm doing 42, 45 maybe. But usually it's so busy, you know, you really can't afford to go anything but what you know, whatever traffic is doing. So it happened to be pretty light that day in terms of traffic, and I believe it was a Saturday. And you know, I'm going 47, 48, and I make that turn. I'm, you know, cruising right along, and I usually would, you know, go up to 50 and then slow down after we kind of come over a bridge, and I'll just coast to the intersection I have to change, you know, I have to turn right at. The intersection before that intersection, there was an unmarked police SUV. I saw him, and I tried to make it look like I was slowing down for the red light, you know, for the light that I have to take to the right. Ooh, no. He clocked me. And as soon as I went by him, I saw him pull out, you know, kind of make a right turn coming out right behind me. And I saw the blue lights go on. I was like, yep, that's me. So as soon as I turned right, I made another right into like a bank parking lot or whatever and just pulled over. rolled down my window and just sat there. Had my license ready to go. And I believe I had my registration ready to go too. And he walks up and he's like, he just asked me, he was like, do you want to explain why you were doing 15 or 35? And I said, yeah. I was like, normally, I'm used to the rush hour commute. I'm used to having, other traffic around me. And, I just kind of got carried away. I just didn't slow down enough after we made that turn on to such and such a street, to slow down to that speed limit. That was it. Upfront, honest. He gave me a ticket. Like, it was 15 over. The fuck am I, what am I going to explain away? Nothing. So I didn't try to be like, sir, I'm a mailman. I really have to get to work and, provide the service that our customers depend on every day. How can you do this to me? I've got PTSD. I'm a mailman, for Christ's sake. Like, how fucking ridiculous do you have to be this bitch? It's okay to do it in every other situation. Now it's not. Or this bitch. I'm a county legislator. And you are a speeding driver who's getting a citation. Take the fucking lump. Why do people refuse? And that gets me... All right, so we're going to pivot real quick. All right, so this guy gets called a skinhead, which, who knows? He's wearing a hat. I don't... Whatever. This goofy bitch. This bitch who fucking wants to try and pull the I don't feel safe with a male officer. Now, that's a thing, right? But that's why dash cam footage and body cam footage, if they tamper with that, when these guys, if they cover their body cam, a lot of the times they have to explain it, and lawyers will sniff that stuff out. All right, so this lady... All right, so they do the old... Can she even get on the parking lot, like the line?
And the spotlight, like right here for me. There you go. Thank you. All right.
Oh, yeah. So she was hiding behind a tree. How did we skip over that? So
The driver ran behind the tree.
she's over behind the palm tree over there. She's hiding.
Hey, that car right there, stop. There's a tree to your left. There's a subject that's allegedly the driver behind it.
Oh, it's this one. Suspense is killing me, guys. Are they gonna find her?
Did anybody see what happened?
Yeah, does anybody see what happened? Yeah,
her in the car?
where did she run off to? How could she? We can't find her.
You all right?
Oh, there she is. So this bitch. All right, and I gotta look into it, but I believe when it's another police officer who gets arrested by, like it's an off-duty officer who gets arrested by on-duty police, that's a whole situation. Like the higher ups get involved. They have to call the chief a lot of the times, or the deputy, whoever the acting captain is for that watch, like all kinds of crazy shit. And it's like, and I believe, I don't know if it's this one. No, I don't think it's this one. It's there was another one, and it was basically the guy's report. Not this, yeah, I forget which one it is. The deputy chief had to issue, like in his report, he's like, I made my way to the scene from my residence. This motherfucker was at home, on call, didn't expect, it could have been 2 a.m. Like this shit, 1:53 in the morning. And they're out doing dumb shit like this. That automatically, you would be in deep fucking shit with that. But, they and what do all these have in common? School board member, county legislator, the Rutgers chancellor and her 2 bitches, the state lawmaker, state rep, fucking police officer. And I think the other one she was a detective. These people are just whatever. But all these footage, they all do the same thing. Yeah, no, I understand you have a job to do. I understand that public safety is important. but I'm a state rep. I'm a school board member. I'm different. I'm better than them. You know, you should be able to, you just let me go. I'll learn my lesson. It's like, motherfucker, you would be up in arms if some random bum was, you know, had stolen a car and driven around and opposed a public, you know, a threat to public safety. You would be, he should be locked up. He's a menace. He should be prosecuted to the fullest extent. But because it's you, and you think you're fucking special, you should just be let off lightly. You know, you're gonna demean them, and they're the bad guys. They're out to just, they're bullies. That, like this lady, I don't believe this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. No, bitch, you look ridiculous, and you do too. By the way, your fucking sweater, dress in the fucking. When is this? What time of year is this? It could be May in fucking New Jersey. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's. Oh no, wait. She's in. Well, yeah, Rutgers is in New Jersey. Oh, she's former president of Syracuse University. This bitch has her head so far up her ass, she's looking through her own eyeballs at this point. She is so disconnected. It's a Rutgers police vehicle. There's no damage. Why are you doing this to me? I'm late for a flight. Well, you should have left earlier to begin with. Again, you're that asshole that the people at the airport have to make pages on the intercom for fucking 20 minutes. Paging so-and-so to gate 42. Your flight is waiting. But because they're first class, you can't really take off because that's a, you know, $3,000 ticket that they're going to fucking bitch about. Huh. Swim King. Cool. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. The other subject I want to talk about, so like, that's this. That is that snippet of that kind of attitude. But it goes deeper than that. So there's a male, so, and again, I can't tell. I think this was a bitch too. No talking. I have a drive. All right, whatever he has. All right, so it's woman. All right, I promise I didn't do that on purpose. It just went down a rabbit hole. Maybe YouTube is biased. I don't know. Sandusky cop arrested, hits deputy's cruiser. Okay, so there was another footage. Another footage. There was another video. State trooper arrests cop. Yes. Is this the one? Fuck yeah. All right, so high-speed pursuit of off-duty Miami police officer Fausto Lopez and removes from his vehicle at gunpoint. All right, so it's 49 minutes. Yeah, so she was booking it. Lady was safeguarding the lives of everyone on that road, and she paid a terrible price for it. Yeah, she this footage went crazy viral. I mean, look at how fast she's going by these other cars. These cars are going the speed limit, and I don't think she has her lights on yet. Now she does. Yeah. And he didn't want to stay. He wasn't going to stop. Like, he was just going to keep going. He was basically going to he was going to be like, all right, yeah, she'll fuck off after a while. Like, he didn't know it was a woman, but he knew it was somebody chasing him. He was like, whatever, I'm a cop. What are they going to do? Help me out? Join me? Picking up buddies on the way? Yeah. She ain't fucking around. This lady's got bigger balls than any guy I've ever seen. And she's a little chick too. She ain't. Now, what would have happened? If he said, no, I'm not going to. I'm a cop too. He could have. This could have gotten real bad real quick, but she came at him with a lot of authority, and you never ever fuck with state troopers. I mean, that's why a lot of memorial highways are named after state troopers, is they deal with some real scumbags, and they usually are the ones that pay the price for it, because they've got a lot of people who are fleeing other crimes, murderers, gang members, whatever. They usually deal with people who you ain't taking me to jail. Fuck you. I'll take you down with me if it comes to that. Or they shoot him in the face and then just drive off and leave the fucking trooper there to just sit there and rot in the fucking street like a piece of shit. And there was a guy, it was back up in North Carolina. His trial got moved across the state, because if he would have had his trial where it happened, he would have been executed at the courthouse. I guarantee you. Because it was a small rural type county, and I believe he killed a sheriff's deputy. I believe might have been a state trooper, but it wasn't a municipal cop. It was another jurisdiction. It was either sheriff or state trooper, and he killed him. It was a traffic stop, and he fucking shot him. And that's why people got to remember, it's like they don't know you. They don't know what you have. Their lives are they got that. Everybody has it, right? Everybody's mortal. Everybody's a gunshot to the head is generally fatal, or gunshot anywhere really could kill you. So we all have that sort of Damocles dangling over our heads, right? And if you don't know what that is, basically there's an old, it's not an Aesop's fable, is it? It's an old it's an old folk tale. It's an old Greek folk tale. Basically there was a king who, now I'm going to fucking forget it. The idea is that, even a king, he's having a feast and he's surrounded by all this opulence and everyone loves him. He's, showered in praise. He's on top of the fucking world, right? And to remind him that he is human, he happens to, he's like, ha, 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 and he's drinking his wine. He looks up, and above him is a sword dangling, blade down, hanging by the tiniest thread possible. That thread could break at any point, and he would be dead, because that sword would go right through him, whatever. They have that, their sword of Damocles is dangerously close to snapping at any moment. This could have gone so fucking wrong if he had just been non-compliant, been like, oh, and then he realizes it's a woman. He 100, and he almost did. You could see it from his body language. When she was telling him to get out, he kind of was just like, oh, come on, what are you doing? But he thought better of it, because he knows he's being videotaped, and it's public. There's a bunch of people around. Don't try anything. And she came at him with a lot of energy, like, you fucking idiot. And I forget how fast they were going, like 120. It was insane. Like, she wasn't taking no shit from him, but I didn't know the fallout of that. That sucks. Yeah, anything over 120, felony level, reckless endangerment, you are immediately arrested and sent to jail. Blah, blah, blah. He gets in his car and drives away after a 45-minute delay. What? No fucking way. Does he leave? What the fuck, man? She's got to be pissed. She's so fucking pissed. I would be too. And apparently she got harassed. And that's, hey man. And that brings us to our next topic. Women. Why did I say it like that? Anyway, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. However. No. Wall Street Journal is going to come for me, I swear. What? So, okay. These three. Let's go back to these three, okay? they live, I mean, obviously they have their own driver. I mean, she's the former president of Syracuse University. These pretty big universities, pretty big schools. Rutgers ain't no little community college. It's pretty big name, pretty big college. They live kind of a pampered lifestyle. They live an elevated life, right? They're driven. They probably fly first class, business class. It's probably all written off as a business expense, so there's no taxes paid on it. They right now, this is why they're freaking out. They're being treated like everybody else. It's fucking with them on such a level that you don't know who I am. I'm the chancellor. And I love the cops are like, oh, okay. Like, and? But all these, especially this lady, state rep, tough on crime, state rep, Monica Youngblood, cried to believe, oh, she cries? Oh, shit. Is that her crying? Oh, that's some other lady. But when you take them out of their comfort zone, and all of a sudden they like right now she's still thinking this is just kind of what I have to do, and then they'll I'll be free to go. I'm a state rep. I'm tough on crime. I'm not a criminal. I help get rid of criminals. I protect everybody. But yet when they do something wrong, it is just, why is this happening to me? You guys are you guys are just overstepping your authority. You're doing the wrong thing. Let's hear that gem one more time.
It's okay for you to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not. So you.
Chef's kiss. Doesn't that just melt in your ears just so wonderfully? It's okay to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not. That is their attitude about everything. And so, but it's not just, in these people, it's more classist. It's not race. It's not sex. They are rich, elite. They are not like the rest of us. They shouldn't be treated like the rest of us. And if you do, you are going to be fucking sorry. And so, but when it comes to guys, like, and guys and girls, men and women, and not even men and women, but let's call it what it is. Let's not mince words. Let's talk predators and prey, because that's what people are treated as when. So, entitlement. Entitlement means a lot of things to a lot of people. To me, entitlement is, I believe that because I'm me, I should get such and such because I want it. I deserve it. That's true when it comes to, clean air that you can breathe, water that you can drink. You do deserve those things. As a human being, you should, when you need those things to survive, you should have access to them. I 100% agree. That shouldn't be, and if that's up for debate, take your shit elsewhere. Your opinions don't matter. That is a human right. And anyone who disagrees is mentally ill. I guarantee you. If you think you should be able to afford clean air and clean water, there's something wrong with you. Like, there's something really wrong with you. You should probably check yourself into, get some counseling, because you're fucked up. But when it comes to things like your desires, your wants, needs are, we can agree, needs are food, water, shelter, internet, money. No, again, no, I'm just kidding. All right. So when you're out and Gay guy at Starbucks saves girl. No. Red flags. So this story kind of yeah, all right. So why do they always have to tell me about cookies? All right. Wow. UK families with a certain boiler could get 7,000 pounds from government. How much money is that? I don't know. So she went on a date, and the gay guy sitting behind me, I don't know how she knew he was gay. Oh wait, I think he did say that. I think he said it in the note. Oh, excuse me. Wasn't until after he came out of the bathroom. Everything he said after the note was a major red flag. And the note said, "Too many red flags. Run. Be safe, girl." And I looked into the thread, and I hate getting it on MSN. Like, why? I should just look on Reddit. And it's that's whatever. And she went in depth. Damn it. Oh my God. So the people that are kind of, criticizing the thing, it's like, he could have just been sitting in there for an hour. Maybe he likes to hang out in Starbucks because he's a weirdo. But he and people want to create, be like, what kind of psychopath capitalizes the last letter of a sentence? Who cares? Come on, man. But she went in depth, and who was the guy? Damn it. I have to look it up. Kevin. Edmonds. Kenneth. Male guru. No. Ken Wilbur, no. Ken Stockton? Yeah, this might be the guy. Public relations and marketing communication, no. He's provided, says automotive, no. No, this isn't him. Damn it. I'll have to look it up, but she went into it. Oh, fuck, man. Cause the guy that and this news story sucks, man. Wow. Why am I clicking on links from MSN.com? What the fuck is wrong with me? So, girl handed note at Starbucks. Run. Be safe. Newsweek, Daily Dot, Fans Online, Daily Mail. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh my god. I feel bad for these websites. They're like, oh, your ad blockers, keeping us from making your money. It's like, I'm sorry, man. Well, maybe don't put ads on your fucking site. Daily Dot, too many red flags, blah, 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 blah. Guy sitting behind me. All right. So Kevin Samuels. That's the guy, if I could even call him that. So there's this guy, Kevin Samuels. Who gives a fuck about his net worth? $3 million approximate? No, I doubt it. This guy's a fucking piece of shit. So he is I really don't want to give him any views whatsoever. This guy's a piece of shit. He's a lifestyle coach. You'll never outperform. Oh my god, I just wanted to see his fucking show me more. You'll never outperform your belief systems. Do not use my content without express written permission. Wouldn't it be expressed written permission? Or wait. Wouldn't it be, yeah, wouldn't it be expressed written permission? Why express? Like you written it really quickly? So you can donate. You can super chat, you can PayPal, you can Cash App, and you can join his Patreon. You can support the channel 5 different ways. I love this opening. Found the information on the channel to be uplifting, inspirational, outright the real thoughts of almost all progressive. I had the luck of life handed to me by inspirational black brother that I have had the pleasure of learning from. 1. Is there a reason your team doesn't have a pay for 1 year option in your payment options? Dude, you want to subscribe for a year of this shit? The fuck is wrong with you? Alright, enough of that stupid opening. Image consultant influencer, follow me on social media, blah, blah, blah. Kevin Arsenio. Alright, so let's just go and take a look at his videos here. Sassy bus driver doesn't want to settle. Are modern mothers failing their daughters? Oh, it's a 2-parter. Are modern women aware of how bad they've gotten? I love how he capitalizes random words too. It's really weird. IG models are baddies happens when the party what? Is IG models are baddies happens when the party is over. That I almost had a stroke right there. Why don't modern women get this? It's an hour long. Why don't you women get that? I don't understand. Do modern women care what you think? Not you, bro. Time to drop dime on high value men. Okay, so this guy, I did a quick. I don't really want to get in. I mean, this guy looks like he's a fucking asshole. Look at him. Oh my god, he wears the sunglasses inside. What a dick. Anyway, do high value men pay for what? And honestly, if you can afford to pay for whatever, you should. Why is that even a question? If you can afford, like, it's not going to hurt you, why not pay so you and your girl can go out? Who gives a shit? Can a stray be domesticated? Oh, we're starting. I can feel my blood pressure going up. Single women keep women single. Why can't you find a man to marry? Oh my god, this is getting worse. Modern women and the she still has options thing. Ugh. Look at these. Look at the views though. I mean, you know, 300,000, 800,000, 500,000. This guy. And so basically his whole thing is, you know, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I seriously doubt that's his home. It looks like a stock photo, and if it is, why does he have? Why does it look like a clothing store like showroom? Why? So there are women out there too that do it. But they go into a dating situation with this kind of expectation and entitlement where I like her. I'm doing this just as like a token gesture because I have to. I have to take her out. I got to pay for dinner. You know, I got to open doors for her. You know, say nice things to her, pretend to give a shit about what she does for a living or what she likes or whatever, you know, bullshit she's into. Just so I can take her home, either my place or back to her pathetic place, smash, and then, you know, if she's good, then, you know, maybe I'll hit her up, you know, another time. And then there are the guys who okay, so there's still the possibility that they could get denied, you know. There's still that in their mind, that's still a possibility, right? She could say no. She could say no, thank you, I'm not interested. Or, you know, worst case scenario is she's just like, you know what, it's not really going well. You know, I really should just, I'd rather just go home. You know, thank you anyway, whatever. And then there are the guys who they won't take no for an answer. You don't, and I'm talking about the drugs that seem to somehow end up in people's systems. And I don't know any women personally that have had that you know, that have been in that situation. I've heard of some that have come close, and it just sucks too, like angel shots, you know, having code words at bars. Why is this a fucking thing? I cannot understand it, to where a guy is so, and it's entitled, but it's so beyond that, where you saying no is completely off the table because you're not even aware that there's an option. You're not even aware that there's a question. He's going to take that from you because you are basically just a warm body for him to, you know, you're there to satisfy him. However, it's not just women. There is a guy in my life who I'm very close to who had a similar situation happen to him. Went to a bar with other men. I would probably be very comfortable in that bar. I would probably be very popular in that bar because I'm just that fabulous. However, no, I'm kidding. He knows that he went. He knows he had a couple of beers. And then at a certain point, it's just a cloudy, kind of hazy nothingness. He woke up in his car, no keys. And he, you know, it's funny because the same night that he did that nonsense, or that not, well, no, all right, let me rephrase that, because he didn't do anything. He went out for a good time and somebody did something to him. But the same night he did that, I was completely blasted on, I lost count. It had to be 20, maybe 20 vodka shots with very little water in between. So, yeah, really did my mother proud that night. Anyway, you know, so his night was pretty eventful as well. But it's funny because, you know, it's that kind of, it's that nervous kind of energy where you're laughing it off, but at the same time in the back of your mind, you're like, holy shit. This almost went really fucking bad. And that scares me more than anything because I'm a guy, right? If I were to go out with a girl who kind of knows me, or somebody who doesn't know me, and you know, I offer to buy her a drink, you know, there's certain protocols that now have to be followed. She, you know, I can't get up from my seat, or, well, I mean, I could, but I mean, it usually doesn't happen that way. Usually it's the other way around. But if she gets up from her chair, you know, and leaves her drink unattended, I'm now a suspect. I'm now, you know, I could be looked at as, you know, maybe she has, you know, maybe she gets sick from some other reason, you know, something else happens. I'm now the guy who potentially drugged her for my own pleasure, and I didn't. But how do you prove that? You can't. And that's, it boggles my mind. And I mean, it goes back to the traffic stop thing. It goes to I mean, look at the people in, look at our senators, our US senators. These guys and girls, no matter what your party is, no matter what your your political beliefs are, these people get into a position of a lot of influence and power. They decide their own pay rate, their own benefits package. Imagine if we were able to do that. I could walk into the post office and be like, you know what? I want to make $75,000 a year. I want free education for me, my children, my children's children, my children's children's children. I want private transportation. I want to write everything off that I do as a tax-free expense. I want to only work about 180 days a year. I want to just be able to travel as a goodwill mission to I'm thinking the French Riviera. I think they need some of my goodwill. I want to be able to do that. Do you know how fucked that would be if we did that shit, but yet they do it and it's the law? It's their right because they're senators. Oh, and by the way, there's no term limits. So you can get in there for 35, 40 years, do all kinds of favors for whatever companies and whatever fucking, your constituents that you want to help out. You give them little kickbacks and shit, and you get some cushy job on some board of some company when you decide, you know what, I'm done with the Senate life. I think I'll just, go be a chairman on some board and just, show up every 3 weeks for a meeting in a really nice boardroom in some office and then play golf the rest of my days. What the fuck? And they have the nerve to call you and me entitled and lazy and freeloading and not willing to work for the measly little fucking salary we make. Maybe we are. I think we are spoiled, guys. I mean, when you look at countries like places like Darfur, Somalia, some places in Eastern Europe are still kind of fucked. We got it easy. You women, you guys got it easy. What are you complaining about? We're not digging your clitorises out with a fucking hacksaw like they do in Africa. You should be happy. You should be thanking us for the privilege of living in this great country that values your existence so highly that Brock Turner, who decided that he liked some girl who was drunk off her fucking ass, that he was going to violate her with a bottle behind a dumpster for no other reason than just his own amusement and the fact that she was drunk. She put herself in that situation. Remember that. He didn't do anything. She was there. She dressed like a slut. She was acting like a, she wanted it. She shouldn't have been out there. Do you fucking see the problem with that mentality? And then you have this guy. This Kevin, the fuck is his name? I don't even remember his fucking name. Kevin Samuels? Yeah, Kevin Samuels. Oh, and by the way, his biggest, his big thing on, with all those videos is your sexual value. Not for guys. Guys can be artists and, business moguls. We can have ideas, ideals, goals, ambition. You, as a woman, your value is based on your sexuality and how much, how desirable you are to me. So you better make sure that you dress right, you act right, you don't get this girl power shit in your head, because what are you doing? You're wasting your prime years. You be washed up, I look at we're looking at these three talking about that. You'd be washed up like these three. You'd be president of Syracuse University, whining about hitting some other police car. But and he looks like I don't know. He looks like fucking. What does he look like? Kevin Samuels. Images. What does he look like? He looks like Al Roker's like love child with, I don't know, a mannequin at a Gap store. Like, I don't know. Look, this guy is going to tell you your sexual value. This guy. By the way, ladies, why can't you find a man to marry? let him help you. Alpha male strategies. Yeah, these guys are all the same. High value man. Gender as racism. What? The fuck's what's that? Suit Saturdays. Doesn't stop in the evening when a gentleman has appropriate evening wear. Okay, first of all, I mean, you know, he does clean up all right in a suit, but he still looks like a fucking douche. Those fucking black room, those, I mean, that look right there, it just screams. Oof. Man, anybody else getting hot in here? Holy shit. I don't know, man. Just, where does he get off? And you know what? And him and the alpha male guys and these, you know, these pickup artists, the ones that charge other dudes a lot of money to give them advice. I guarantee you, some girl in high school, college, rejected him at some frat party, didn't go to him, you know, go with him to some like gala, you know, thing, or just, you know, broke up with him. He never got over it. So he's like, you know what, ladies? Fine. He did the American Idol thing. He's like, fine. You don't love me? I'm going to be more popular, and I'm going to make you guys feel like shit when you realize how successful I am. This is a grown man telling women, you know, the most demeaning things. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one's funny. She's like, I don't feel safe with two male officers. Oh, she's doing that shit too? Yeah, she's giving the fucking... The you ain't gonna tell me. Look, why is she wearing like rain boots? I don't know, man. Like, but when it comes to, you know, like, again, you know, if she wanted to get, and that works both ways, right? She could theoretically, I don't even want to fucking get into it because it's gonna be a whole thing, but there's some women like this lady talking down to the officers, demeaning, like, in her, it's okay to do it other times, but now it's not. Talking down to them. If this was any other situation, she would want the criminal, the suspect, or whatever, they should be arrested. How dare they speak to officers that way? Back the blue. All that shit would, you guarantee, you know it would happen. I'm willing to bet she has a fucking one of those American flag things with the thin blue line on it. I bet she does. But when it's her, it's, oh, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm the chancellor. But it's dangerous for women, like in this situation, like this guy that she was, you know, the baby, his homophobic stuff, and the Kevin Samuels thing, that's a pretty toxic channel. Like, I went into it, but there's some others, you know, the guys who hold seminars, the pickup artists, and I was watching it with somebody else a long time ago. It was like how to pick up girls, you know, just in other situations, and it was like, oh, if she's wearing headphones, you know, come up to her and, you know, try to get her attention and say, you know, take out your headphones, I want to talk to you. It's like, how about you fuck off? Not every woman owes you their attention, their time, their bodies. I live in Florida, right? And this happened, this was in Florida, right? Ocala, yeah. You can already tell her shorts are ridiculously short. She's in a tank top. She probably looks really good. I mean, no, she's not a drunk mess at almost 2 a.m, but I'm sorry, man. It's hard for me not to look. You know, when you know, women are white, and most of them do it. They wear really nice short because it's hot as fuck out, man. But they're not. I'm not looking at them because they're there for me. It's a kind of an auto. It's kind of a reflex. Like I'm just like give them the old up and down. And it's like nice, and then I go on with my fucking life. It's the guys who will follow them around in Walmart. It's the guys who follow them home, who fucking touch them. I gotta find it. There's a video. Oh fuck! It was at some bar, and a girl was doing like she was pouring a shot in a guy's like mouth, I think, and it was like some. I think it was in. It was. I think Tosh.0 did it, but it was. She's pouring the shot into his mouth, and she's wearing, you know, nothing too revealing. She's wearing like this kind of stuff. She, you know, she's got regular shoes on, but she was a bartender, but she was wearing decent, you know, decently short shorts, whatever. And another waitress happened to go by and kind of had like a drink tray or a menu or something, just kind of gently smacked her butt with it. This girl turned around and she like palmed her hand on the other girl's face and like pushed her away and started getting, you know, she started squaring up like they were about to throw down. And the other girl was like, "Oh, I'm so, you know, I'm sorry." It's like, you don't touch. You don't just assume that you can touch. Even at strip clubs, they got strict rules about that shit. You don't invade someone's space like that. And unfortunately, it happens way too fucking often. That's why women carry fucking tasers and mace. And yet when, you know, if a guy were, you know, accosted by a woman, it's, oh, just be a man about it. Don't let her do it. It's like, it shit works both ways, man. You as a woman are not entitled to touch me either. Just because I want it. Okay, all right, bad phrase. But anyway. All right, so for the most part, guys don't mind it because we're wired differently. But there's some guys who, you know, I don't like it. I don't like being touched. I flinch when people, you know, want to, you know, grab my shoulder or touch my sides. I flinch, man. I get away. I'm like, no, I don't know you like that. We're not in a relationship yet. Don't touch me. But it's the same thing. And like, I can't see myself in a position even in the mindset where I see a woman and I'm like, that one, I need to have that. What kind of fucked up mentality is that? They're not objects. We're not either, but they tend to get away with it more than we do. But the idea that, and I can't believe it. And now I'm not going to go into details about what happened to my friend, but I don't mind that there are protocols at bars and shit because it's 2021 and guys are still slipping Mickeys to women. Even if nothing happens, they tried. You know, a woman takes a sip out of her drink and then 10 minutes later she's fallen over herself. She's barely able to she's not coherent and she only had like 2 drinks. It's not the alcohol, it's something else. And she doesn't remember it. And that's the scary part. Is that these guys that those drugs became, you know, pretty sophisticated. Like, what was it? Was it Rufinol? What is the shit they use now? I don't even know. I don't even want to know what it is. But it's, where the fuck do you get off taking someone's humanity? And it's not even a choice, because you didn't even hear the question. There was no question. So that you can't have a choice if there's not even there wasn't even an opportunity for you to say yes or no, when it was just, I'm taking it because I want it. I've tried to understand it. I've tried to, as a guy, I get to a certain point where it's like, I envision myself with that woman. Like, you know, it's like you get that quick jolt of sexual energy and it's like, wow, yeah, it would be nice. Maybe Don't always know. The pretty ones, sometimes they are the worst fucks. You don't know. But when it's a stranger, a family member, a colleague at work, you are willing to do something like that, like the Brock Turner thing. Oh, and by the way, talk about Entitled. His parents wrote the judge. It's like he shouldn't go to prison for doing what he did. She should be to blame for tempting him like that. And oh my god, I'm starting to get pissed off because the dress codes at schools. If you're a fucking teacher and you tell a female student, if you're a male teacher, female teachers too, because they, sometimes they do what's called slut shaming, and that's fucked up too. But if you're a male teacher and you tell a female student of yours, your outfit is too revealing, it's going to distract the boys, you need to be sent home. You need to be kept away from children for a while until you clear a psychological evaluation. Because you were projecting pretty hard. Because why the fuck would you bring that up about a female student? You shouldn't be sexualizing them at all. I don't care what she's wearing. To a certain degree. I mean, anything that's stupid revealing, whatever. But if she's wearing leggings and a t-shirt, who cares? She's wearing a sweater dress and nice shoes or whatever. Who cares? She's there to learn. She's not there to be eye candy for the boys. And I think somebody was like, teach your boys to fucking pay attention to school and not pay attention to my daughter while she, and make her feel like shit because she wants to dress a certain way and your son is full of hormones and can't control himself. Maybe talk to him. I mean, I know that's hard for a lot of parents because, sex ed is just, that's not up to, that shouldn't be up to the schools. We shouldn't be teaching kids about sex. They shouldn't know about that stuff. It'll tarnish their minds. It'll make them have sex. Motherfucker, if you don't think teenagers are having sex, even the Mormons, who to them, anal is still virginity. So they're doing it somehow. But if you don't think they're finding some way to satisfy those urges, you're not human. Because I guarantee you did it when you were their age. You just don't want to admit it. Guarantee it. All these fucking self-righteous Bible thumpers. How many mistresses did they have? They fucking whisked off to some abortion clinic in the 70s. So like, no. I can't have a bastard child. No. You're getting an abortion. We didn't have sex. No. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never met her before in my life. Okay. Whatever. Oh, we got one more for the road, man. I gotta hear that shit.
It's okay for you to do this under other circumstances, but now it's not. So you have to.
She should have to listen to that every fucking day of her life. Just constantly, just have it loop in her head. Yeah, you actually said that. You said it. So I never want to hear you talk about being a good Christian or being a good family person or an upstanding member of your community. I don't ever want to hear you fucking say shit. Because you don't need to follow the rules. Everybody else does, not you. No games tonight, huh? Talk my ass off. Oh, well, whatever. We'll get into the, so maybe tomorrow or Monday night, I gotta pull my, my research and look into it. But there's some pickup artists that I want to roast. Probably look at some Reddit threads, some incel stuff. Because those guys drive me up the fucking wall. Because look, man, all right, I used to be one, right? I used to be a nice guy. I don't think I was an incel ever. I mean, I was incel because I was celibate because nobody wanted to fuck me. And it wasn't voluntary. So I was incel. But I wasn't an incel. But I got to the point where, you know, I would be at the mall or wherever, and you'd see a guy who, in your mind, he's fatter than me. He's uglier than me. I'm better than him. Why is she not with me? It's because you fucking think like that. It's because you think you're just owed a woman. And that because some guy has a girl, so it's not fair. Well, instead of doing something with yourself and maybe trying to do some self-reflection, some self-improvement, you decide to just be bitter and blame that woman, her, my coworker, you know, the classmate who shot me down because I just immediately didn't have any kind of social grace. But also, if you're not willing to take care of yourself to some degree, I mean, you can't help the way you look. I mean, this is really what you have to work with, but you can shave, you can wash, you can put stuff in your hair, you can keep your hair trimmed, you can work out, you can, but not only that, but like your personality, I think, shows physically, like when you smile and you're happy and you make jokes and you laugh and, you know, you give off a lot of positive energy. Women pick up on that. I mean, men, everybody does. I mean, everybody responds better to someone who's happy. Nobody wants to be around somebody who's bitching all the time about how they don't have a girlfriend. Who the fuck wants to deal with that? So, but these guys, they're dangerous. I mean, there was that one kid. What the hell is his fucking name? He killed didn't he kill some girls at some college? He was like, killed a bunch of sorority girls. And he was a decent looking guy, but he was so far up his ass. Like, he was just, I'm good looking and that should be enough. It wasn't, and it's not. Money ain't everything either. To me, it's like you get what you get back what you give out, you put out. Get back whatever you give, whatever you give, you get back. Same way. Energy, affection. If you're going around hitting on every woman you see, and it's a little desperate, and you're only going to get desperation back. Like, only desperate ones are going to pick up on that and be willing to tolerate that because they need someone. But when it's just regular people, and I understand, like, a lot of guys, I don't get it all the time. Like, a girl could flirt with me and I may not notice it, or I may pick up on things that aren't there. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but these guys are so scared of rejection that they basically they're going to automatically go into any situation with a woman, hating the woman and trying to demean her and neg her. Neg. They basically just try to knock her down before anything's transpired. So they're going to try and elevate their ego by taking her down, being like, she's trifling, she's shallow, she only will respond to chads, she'll only respond to money, she's a bitch, she's a whore, whatever. They're going to go into any situation with that bias because that's what they have to do for survival. Their fucking egos are so fragile that they can't handle it. And unless you're willing to take an L, you're never going to learn anything, ever. That's why that Kevin Samuels guy is out of his fucking mind. Your sexual value? Motherfucker, Do we need to pull that picture up again and talk about your sexual value with your man purse and your whatever the fuck belt that was and those fucking $300 ripped jeans? You look like a pile of, you look like every GQ magazine. I don't know, man. He just, but guys will believe it because he, okay. Every one of his videos, I guarantee any woman in those videos were paid. They're probably a model or some actress or someone he knows. And again, he probably knows that on a professional level. And he's trying to maybe, now that he has some kind of a following and so he may be able to pull women, but I don't know. I think most level-headed women, they dealt with him for 2 seconds, they would fucking run, or they should run. He is everything that's wrong with a bunch of guys. This whole toxic masculinity thing. And that's, again, another fucking video topic for another day. So that's 3 hours of content right there. God, I gotta make a list. I'm gonna forget by tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, entitlement means a lot of things to a lot of people, but it's about the same thing. I'm special. I should get it because I want it. And if you don't give it to me, then the world is wrong and it's not fair and this is bullshit. You're an asshole. You probably just, you're an evil person because you won't let me have it. It's whatever. It was so classic. It's okay to do it in other circumstances, but now it's not. But anyway, I will be back probably. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. Probably Monday. I'm gonna actually be prepared next time. We'll go through and read some Reddit threads of some guys complaining that they got friend zoned because that's not a real thing. They were just too afraid of rejection to try anything other than the friendship route because that's the least amount of resistance. And there's no rejection if you're not really going on a date, right, guys? We're just going out as friends. And then, 2 weeks later, they're like, "Why won't you go out with me as a date? I don't get it." Well, you weren't willing to fucking put a match to that bridge, blow that shit up. Gotta be willing to take a loss, man. That's how it goes. But anyway, I wish everybody a good evening. Probably nothing for the post stream. Should have some funny shit. I mean, this shit. I want to go to this so fucking bad. I'm going next year because COVID doesn't stop these people. COVID doesn't stop this shit from happening. Fuck. Is this the turn? All right, so that's. And see, I don't like that shit. No, you don't stop. See, that dude has the right idea. He's gonna push him into that shit. But I don't think it was this one. No. Is it this? See, he's doing the same shit. Yeah, they want to wait. No, man, you go. You don't stop. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. And he's just gonna keep going, man. Is that a Trump flag? I don't think Trump has officially sponsors a fucking trailer race. Oh, he's got the painted rims. I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. Come on, man. I hate that. He needs to just go. But see, they're waiting. See, they want somebody to go through the X because yeah, this guy wants to crash into somebody. It happens eventually. Is that a Durango? I think it is. There we go. Yes. Yes. He got him. And everybody's promoting their side hustle. Like this is their main job and their side hustle is, oh, by the way, when I'm not destroying 1987 Winnebagos, I do welding or I do, We go slow-mo. He wanted it. He got it. Oh, look at all that fiberglass insulation. Wood and paneling. He's wow, I didn't know he was sponsored by Fig Newtons. That's dope, man. Got a national sponsor. Oh my god. I like how he took the other camper with him. look at this shit. It's like, what is it, 4 minutes in and it's just, it looks like Detroit. He's like, fuck it, go. I don't know why he even stopped. Like, you see him turn into that shit. He wanted it. Show me your kitties. Keep it classy, Illinois. Oh my god. Look at all the bullshit on the track. Yes. Oh my god. He doesn't even have a camper. He just has he just has the trailer now. See, man, you shouldn't. They should penalize you for stopping. Yeah, you didn't have no speed, dog. You should have just going. Either go through or, you know, crash into somebody. Oh, my wife rocks. One of them. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, it gets so much worse. Fuck it, he's gonna keep going. I like these black trucks and like this one and this one. The older trucks are the ones that stay going. Like all these guys with their like 97 Ford Explorers, like they're all crashed out. But the ones from like the 70s and oh yeah, oh boy, he catches them on the trailers. He's stuck. Oh, and it's for sale. Hey guys. Oh my god. And you know everybody's having a good time. Oh man, the announcer for this part was so fucking funny. All right, let me see if I can back it up.
Oh, it could be a sitting duck. Look out, he can't see.
He can't see his hood. His hood went up.
Nobody hits him.
Oh god. Oh my god. Even the emergency crew and the track crew, they're all just taking pictures and video. Happy birthday. What does it other say? What does it say? Stressed out. Oh my god. I want to go to this so bad.
Trucks. It looks like one truck is pulling 3 trucks. Oh, it's in the middle. Look out. Whoa. Oh, we've got a cluster going into the X.
It'll buff out. Is that not perfect? That's so fucking perfect. It'll buff out. That whole section of the camper is just gone. Oh my god. I love it. I love everything about it.
Here we go through the X. Look out.
Yeah, homeboy's just he's dragging somebody with him. I like how that dude's just got it. He's got the van.
Oh, and he spins around this orange truck. I think that might be Brian Nayland. Hey, no, it's not. I see Brian Nayland. Oh, and the next truck gets ran over.
He's gonna drive on the rims, man. Fuck it. He paid $600 for that truck. He's gonna get his money's worth. This is, I'm telling you, man, the Midwest. If this, who needs fucking opera and rock and roll and fucking, you know, modern art? You got this. Who wouldn't want to get completely blasted on a fucking 12-pack of fucking, what have you been drinking, Illinois? Coors? I don't fucking know. I'd be high off my, I'd be high as fuck, just sitting in the stands, just like, this is the greatest night of my life. Going down there, I want to say, wait, who's got the truck for sale? And be like, hey man, how much for the truck? This camper is actually in pretty good shape.
Oh, we might have a
oh, never mind. Sorry, I didn't see the back.
Is it gonna happen? No, it's not. There's starting to be a little bit of debris.
Starting to? Dog. Wow, he's on.
He's dragging metal all over the track. Telling him, ow! He gets obliterated. Whoa!
Oh no!
Ow!
Oh my god.
Employment by the
Thunderfoot what?
van.
Is that a company name or what?
Hard Rockford Speedway. And he's moving.
Oh my god, man. So wait, how long do they race? Until everybody's dead? I like how the emergency crew is just standing there. Like, what are they gonna do?
Oh, Nelly.
Oh my, that green truck is a beast. Holy shit, man. His camper just got obliterated.
Here we go with just a few of them left. Who's gonna win?
We all won. We just watched this. Oh my god. But anyway, although that's a whole nother thing. I think next stream we'll watch the boat race, 'cause that's even funnier. The boats, as soon as they let go, these old like John boats and like 1979 like Starcrafts and all that shit. Oh my god. Anyway, I hope anybody who actually watched this had a good time. Making fun of, you know, people who deserve it. And yeah, I will see you all later.